What's going on? How's everybody doing? I'm in Dallas right now. I do live in Texas. There's a thing called zero state income tax out here, which I really like. So how's everybody doing today? Today's presentation I haven't done in a very long time. So it's so funny because I haven't done this presentation in a while, but even though I haven't done this presentation in a while, things haven't changed about the way I trade. I do trade real money in a real dollar account. My account's about 150,000. So I usually just sell like covered calls, but I'm up about 28,000 this year and about 140,000. So percentage-wise, it's all right. So I'm a full-time trader and educator. This is an example of a trade you could have taken. So throughout the course of the day, I watch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 proprietary-based scanners. I spend over $250,000 a year on scanners, so you do not have to. And I watch for institutional order flow. And this is a signal we saw in DKS. So we saw a big call buyer in DKS. They bought some calls. Those went from 75 cents to $4 in the course of about 2 days. And you could have made 600% return on this one signal on DKS. So like Jeanette said, my name is Andrew Keene. I was just at a conference and I had a couple sips of alcohol, and I challenged everybody at the conference to a trading competition. I said $20,000 cash account, you can't put more than 5% in any trade. Loser has to give $50,000 away to charity. I couldn't find anybody that would challenge me, but I did take that offer up. I consider myself one of the top independent option traders in the world. I should put quotations in there. I think my mother said it. I've made millions of dollars in my trading career. Sometimes it's weird for me to say that I'm a multimillionaire. And I'm a multimillionaire actually not from owning Bitcoin or GameStop. I'm a multimillionaire from trading. I traded on the floor of the Chicago Board Options Exchange for about almost 10 years, and I've been trading off the floor for 10 years as well. I've taught over 50,000 students how to trade. I've hosted over 1,000 live webinars. This is a live webinar. I've been featured on CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox Business, Sky Australia, WCIU, BNN Canada, TheStreet.com, Forbes, you name it. I've kind of probably been on it. Little risk disclaimer, we have to put this in every single time. Day trading, short-term trading, option trading, and futures tradings are generally risky undertakings. They're generally not appropriate for someone with little capital and no trading experience and a low tolerance for risk. Never execute a trade unless you're willing and prepared to lose your entire investment. All trading involves risk. Basically, I'm not a registered investment advisor. I cannot give recommendations or advice. Everything I do is I offer my opinion. When Bitcoin was 55,000, I actually tried to make a bet that Bitcoin goes to 40 before it goes to 70. I found no takers. Bitcoin now at 47,000. So Bitcoin down 20% in 7 days. Interesting. I'm not short it though. So every single trade, you guys are on the hook of what you want to take with your money. But basically, I'm not a registered investment advisor. This is called the proof and pudding slide. I know it's kind of a little bit hard to read, but what this is, my statements from Goldman Sachs. So when I was on the trading floor trading at the CBOE, this is from 2006, I want to say, might have been 8. I can't really read it. My name is on the account. My name is Andrew Keene. I traded for a group called Cattle Group, Keene, Andrews, Tilley, Luce. Ed Tilley, who was the CEO of the CBOE, personally backing with his own money. And then you can see here, end of the year, this is 12/31. And my P&L for the year, this is before payment for order flow, seat lease, $3.4 million. And basically the way I traded was I just followed institutional order flow in the option market. And then I just basically went the same direction as them. And that's all I've been trading. And that's what I'm here to teach you. Oh, look at Yahoo. I made 365,000 in Yahoo. That was a good one. I lost 200,000 in SLG. Oops. I made 1.5 million in PM. Anyway, so basically started trading this way on the trading floor. I've taken all my knowledge from the trading floor, off the trading floor. So I took all my knowledge from off the trading floor and I basically started teaching and educating people how to trade, basically just through simple options. Almost every single one of my trades you can get in for less than $100. And I'm really, really excited to teach it to you guys today. So in March 2003, almost 17 years ago, I started trading using the strategy I am teaching you here today. The strategy is designed to beat the hedge funds through what I call probability using usual option activity, okay? So I'm watching the biggest and best traders, and I'll just show you one of the scanners that I look at throughout the course of the day. So like, let's say this trade right here, someone bought HOG June 4th, 48 calls for $1.45. So that right there was about a $400,000 bet in HOG. So I just watch for institutional order flow in the option market. I decide if I like that trade, and then I send the trade back out to traders. Every single day, in my opinion, there's always one best trade. So billions of trades go across the tape every single day. Out of the billion trades, I watch a scanner that spits out about roughly 8 to 1,200. So this is the full-blown scanner. If you wanted to buy this for the year, it's $4,000 a year just for this. But unless you've been trading for 2 decades, you're never going to know how to read this because there's just too many signals. Well, our scanners then pick up the signals from there. I analyze and dissect every signal, and then I send it out to my subscribers. Every single day, there's always one best trade of the day. After trading the strategy for over, now it's probably close to 18 years, there has been consistent patterns of profitability. The real breakthrough came when we noticed how to better our exit strategies. The 2 golden rules were like hidden clues that the stock was going to take off to the upside or to sell off. So I just want to show you one from last week, and this is an example of a trade that you could have got if you were part of the program. I'll show you the signal from our scanner in NLOK. Let me just find it real quick. Rio was a huge one too. Here, so look at this, guys. So here's a signal that you could potentially have got when you sign up for a program. So NLOK, some trader somewhere in the world comes in here and buys 2,199 NLOK, May 21st, 2021, 21 calls for 80 cents. So this is the right, but not obligation, to buy 220,000 shares of NLOK between now and May 21st, 2021, 21 calls. And for that right, they paid 80 cents. So about $160,000 bet, right? Let's go on the chart and plot this one and see how these did. So I'm going to go to NLOK, and I'm going to right click the option. I'm going to put it on my chart. I'm going to put it on the daily. And you can see they traded from 80 cents, and you can see where the volume came in, okay? So we see the volume spike, and it's an example of a trade you could have got in. The volume spike on the bottom at 80 cents, okay? And this was just a week ago. This is an example 6 months ago, 9 months ago, 4 or 5 years ago. These went up to $5.15. So hypothetically speaking, if we sent this signal out, and we sent out a 10 lot to get into this trade for 80 cents, that'd be $800 of risk, okay? $800 of risk, just 1, 2, 3, 4 days later, could have turned into $5,150. And this is just one signal, guys. So that's over a 600% return in 4 days. So like I said, the reason it makes my system different than any other system out there is I'm not making the trades myself. I'm not deciding based on a chart, based on technical analysis, based on news. I mean, this week was one of the craziest weeks I've ever seen. The S&P 500 futures was down 40 points, 50 points, and then 95. Then we were up 50 and 65. Did anything really change this week? None of that matters. I watched PNBC just for knowledge, but you don't need to watch the news. All you need to do is watch order flow in the option market. This signal, guys, if we were to send this one out, this one would have gone from $80 to $500. 10 lot, $800 to $5,000. Okay, 100 lot, $8,000 to $50,000 in just 4 days. You can see the timestamp date on this. This is from 8 days ago. Okay, so these are the kind of signals you could potentially get when you trade the system. Talk about example of HAIN. Experience the two market conditions and the stock took off to the upside. So here's Keene, example from 2018. Some trader somewhere in the world, could be Carl Icahn, could be David Einhorn. We never know trader's stock or option position. They came in here and they said, hey, we want to buy HAIN calls. They bought calls, stock raged to the upside, up 333%. The Hain AUG 27 call option increased 333%. $200 invested in the signal. That's it, just 200 bucks, guys. Turn into $866. A little bit more, $1,000 invested in the signal. Turn into $4,333. Then on March 3rd, 2018, US Steel experienced the two bearish market conditions, and US Steel dropped like a rock. And you notice the thing that's a little bit different here. Bearish, right? So this kind of trading works in a bull market. It also works in a bear market. It doesn't have to be just long. It doesn't have to be just short. It works in a bull market and in a bear market. So you see US Steel, okay, condition number one, surging put activity. So surging put activity here. Number two, technical analysis. We saw big tails on top. We all know easy candlestick formations. Tails on top means there's no more buyers in the market. There's no more buyers in the market. Stock has to go lower in order to attract more buyers. So you'd see here, buyers were exhausted, sell them off, X goes straight down. What happened to the US Steel put options? The US Steel put options, okay? So all we're trading is simple options, calls and puts. The most you can ever lose when you buy a call is what you pay for the option. The most you can ever lose when you buy a put is what you pay for the option. The US Steel put option increased 750%. $200 invested in the signal. That's it. Turning to $1,700. Maybe a little bit of a bigger trader. $1,000 invested in the signal. Turn into $8,150. The two golden rules were used to create what we call the supercharged trading system. Okay, the exact same strategy I use on the trading floor to make millions of dollars in the market. When the two golden rules triggered at the same time, the stock often experienced a significant move. And that's what we're looking for when calls are buying puts. We want a fast, aggressive move in the right directions. When Citigroup experienced a bearish supercharged trading system setup, the Citi 74.5 puts increased over 500%. The Citi 74.5 put increased 500%. $250 invested in the signal. That's it. It's 250 bucks. Turn into $1,450. Maybe a little bit of a bigger trader. $1,000 invested in the signal. Turn into $6,000. When the supercharged trading system appeared, stocks often make big moves and options jump in value. Because options can make big profits when stocks experience big moves. And right now, we're experiencing huge moves in the market. Buying calls and buying puts is the perfect way to cash in when stocks are making big moves. And look at this week, guys. You have to bring up a chart of the S&P 500 futures. So this is the S&P, the daily chart. There was so much money to be made this week. Buying the dip and getting short earlier in the week. Look at these moves, guys. Okay. Look at these moves. So the first day, S&P was down 50. Then we saw the 40 was the first day, 50 the second day, and then 95 the next day. Then straight higher, right? We saw the futures up 50, next day up 65 points. So unbelievable here, guys. Huge, huge moves in the market. Buy and call and put options is the perfect way to cash in on these huge moves. Based off the 2 golden rule setup, we name this the Supercharged trading system. The Supercharged trading system not only forecasts directions, but also predicts when a big price move is likely to happen. And big price moves are what make options explode in value. This is the exact same system that I use on the trading floor to make myself a multi-millionaire. And I'm teaching you guys it today of just reading order flow. Stop looking at the news. You don't even really need to look at the chart very much, okay? You guys are spending too much time. I trade for 2.5 hours a day, 4 days a week. So 10 hours a week. So this kind of system you can do if you have a full-time job. You know, trading has been so amazing lately that you can now basically go to your, if you have a full-time job, you get one of these alerts sent to you on text. You know what you can do? You can just go to your phone. Within 30 seconds, you can go to your mobile phone, and then basically you can put on the trade, okay? If you have a full-time job. Pairing the 2 golden rule setup for optimal trading power. Oh, this one guy really likes me. Thank you very much. Looks like you're gonna get booted out of here just because I like to do that kind of thing. Ha ha ha. This is what I learned from the biggest hedge fund traders in the world. Okay, so the biggest hedge fund traders in the world. Some of these trades are going to be Carl Icahn's trade. Okay, and I look at it like this: Carl Icahn, who doesn't know AK, believe it or not, if Carl Icahn was to text me, which he doesn't know who I am, or he doesn't have my cell phone number, and said, "Hey, AK, I'm going to put $5 million in a trade in LNG. I'm going to buy $5 million worth of calls. Do you want any of the action? Do you want $1,000, $2,000, $200? I'd say, you're Carl Icahn. Of course, I'm going to put some money. And that's all I'm doing, guys. I'm reading order flow. Back in the day, you used to be able to read order flow when you were trading stock. Well, you can't do that anymore. There's icebergs, there's dark pools. So you can't trade reading tape anymore in stocks, but you can in options. And another great thing about this, most of my trades, you can get them for less than $100. You know, back 5 or 6 years ago, you'd have to sign a waiver that said you understand the risk of options. You'd have to have $5,000 in your account, and mobile didn't exist. As technology evolves, you can now get my trades, most of them for $100. $100 you can get in the trades. If you're a bigger trader, you can always do more. But all I'm doing is reading the order flow and reading the tape, guys. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not reading news all day long. CNBC, they're late to the party. Okay, a lot of my trades are mentioned on CNBC hours after they hit the tape. And you guys are going to get them, within about a couple minutes of them hitting the tape on the trading floor. I mean, we showed you that one example in NLOK, and these were bought for 80 cents. So for 80 bucks, you could have gotten this trade, and if you held it to the highs, you would have got out of 500. Take $80 into 500. We're not sitting here buying random cryptos that crash 75% in a day. All my friends were buying some crypto called Elon. I was like, I'm not buying. The next day, the thing's down 70%. So you put in $1,000, you would have had 300 bucks left. So this is the signal. Order flow, okay? Look at this volume on the floor. And unless you're going through every single option chain, you're never going to be able to find this yourself. All the legwork for you. On my 2 decades of trading, I graduated college 2 decades ago today. It's weird for me to think that I'm 42 years old, but I graduated 2 decades ago. All I've done in these 2 decades is educate, trade, become a multimillionaire from trading. And now it's my goal in the industry to teach everybody the way I trade. I don't have to be doing a webinar right now. It's gorgeous outside. It's noon on a Saturday. But I want to teach you guys how I trade and how I was able to make this amount of money. Here's my real dollar account, okay? It's not that impressive. I'm up 28 grand this year on a $140,000 account. Big deal, right? I'm down $9,000 in a stock called Luxa. No one's questioning me. Should I take Luxa? I'm up at 38,000. But I trade on a real dollar account. This is my own account. This is cash. It's real money. I just took out $40,000, so I have 120 in here. I just took out 40. I'm actually up $29,000, but I combine both accounts together. In the early 2003s, a trading firm called Botta Capital Management, BOTTA. They actually stood for best option traders there are. Okay, we had about 100 traders collectively. I mean, some of the best traders I've ever seen. And these aren't people that do webinars. The guys you've never heard of, because they traded on the trading floor. Rob Levy, Corey Fisher, probably the best traders I've ever seen. Scotty Bauer is really good. He does some webinars. But I learned from the best how to trade. There's 100 traders there. And then when trading evolved, became electronic, I pivoted. And then I had to learn how to trade off the trading floor. Trading off the trading floor is so much different than trading on the trading floor. Okay? They taught me this highly secretive strategy. The trading was so important. If I left the trading firm and went to another one, they were going to sue me for $150,000. So here I am, a broke college kid. I'm making $2,000 a month. Okay, $2,000 a month. I have to live in my parents' house in the suburbs. Every morning, I take the 5:40 train in to get in the Union Station at 6:30 to learn. But this was my time to grind, to prove that I could actually make it in this world. My parents basically, after college was over, they're like, I hope you had a fun ride in college. Now you have to learn how to make money. So I studied every single day, okay? Literally, McMillan's book, Natenberg's book. I was the annoying clerk that said, hey, if a company increases the dividend, what happens to the price of in-the-money calls? I bet you ask 95% of all option traders, they won't know a simple answer to that. If I'm short a credit put spread on my long or short gamma, I asked that one to a Citadel trader. He didn't even know. Okay. So they said to me, hey, if you leave, you go trade for another firm and not us, we're going to sue you for $150,000. I'm making $2 grand a month. I'm broke. I don't have any money. So I studied every single day. I studied every single day this strategy in order to make millions of dollars in the market. Sometimes it's weird for me to say that I'm a multimillionaire, but I'm a multimillionaire, not from a business, not from family money, from trading. I made $5 million trading in 2 years. I'll say almost. I don't know, it's 4.8 or something like that, before seat lease, payment for order phone commissions. This trading became known as what I call as unusual option activity. Institutional order flow in the option market. All I do is wait for the biggest and best traders in the world, place and allocate capital on certain trades. I analyze the trade, I dissect the trade, I send the signal out to you guys, and the rule is I can't take any of the signals I send you for 24 hours. So there's no like me buying it in front of you and then selling it to you. That's called front running. It's illegal. So every single signal, you guys have the opportunity to get in first before the potential big move happens. What this firm discovered turned dozens of graduating college kids like myself into millionaires. What was really intriguing was that combining the golden rule often produced superior results. The accuracy of these patterns with unusual option activity added to them increased the probability of this highly explosive trade setups. And today, the supercharged trading system, what I'm teaching you here today, and at the end of the presentation, make sure you guys stick around to the end. We're going to go through as many charts as you guys want. And we'll also go through some more examples. Any question you guys have about trading, I've traded everything. I've traded Forex, I've traded cryptos, I've traded futures, I've traded options, I've traded stock. We'll have you a Q&A with myself, which I never do at the end of the presentation. Luckily, I'm the last person here today. They always say you save the best for last, so I can kind of stay on a little bit longer for you guys. I don't have someone that comes on after. So this follows the exact same thing I was taught by this trading firm 15 years ago. When the two bullish rules lined up for Google, G-O-O-G-L, the stock took off. As we can see here in Google, institutional order flow in the option market. A trader somewhere in the world, never know their stock or option position, come in here, right here in the circle, and they bought Google calls. Wow, what a coincidence. Right after they bought Google calls, the stock went up $80. Do you think they don't know something? You know, and if they're trading on what is known as insider information, we can never get in trouble, because once it hits the tape, it becomes a public order. The Google 3/9/2018 call option increased 1,400%. $100 turned into $1,500. $1,000 turned into $15,000. When the two rules lined up and Baba rallied hard. BA. Calls were bought. Next day, stock rips to the upside. The Baba March 200 call option increased 800% in 2 days. 800% in 2 days. $250 turned into $2,250. If you're a little bit bigger trader, $1,000 turned into $9,000. Sounds pretty good, huh? When the two rules lined up for PZZA, the stock rallied hard. Tesla went down from May 10th to the 13th, and your system found the downtrend. No. So it doesn't just find random stocks. We need to find options being in the market. So the two-step system is, number one, we find huge buyers in the market in calls, or huge buyers in the markets in puts, and we combine that with technical analysis. So not every big move is going to have option volume to support it. Okay. So we see here at PZZA, if you looked at it, you say, hey, let's do some technical analysis. Sideway action, downtrend. Sideway action, downtrend. Sideway action, you think the next one's going to keep going in a downtrend. Well, some trader somewhere in the world, we never know their stock or option position, came in here on this day and bought upside calls. So they bought the right but not obligation to buy PZZA stock. Okay. Do we know who this person is? No. Is it Carl Icahn? Could have been. David Einhorn? Could have been. We don't know who it is. But they came in here and bought huge amount of calls in PZZA. The PZZA October 45 call option, okay, increased 300%. $250. That's it, just $250. Turn into $1,000. Maybe you're a little bit of a bigger trader. $1,000 turn into $4,000. The two patterns behind the supercharged trading system are the following. The two patterns that we observed before many of our big winners work together to make up the supercharged trading system. Condition number one, surging buyers in the option market. So we're looking for calls being bought or puts. And we're not looking for a 2 lot, a 5 lot, a 10 lot. We're looking for 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, potentially 10,000 calls being bought. Remember, calls are the right but not obligation to buy stock at a certain price by a certain expiration. Or we're looking for puts, which is the right but not obligation to sell stock at a certain price. And that's all we look for. We combine that with a little technical analysis, and we have a trade. You know, like I said, guys, most of these trades, you can get them for less than $100. We're looking for stocks that have an asset criteria of unusual option activity to the upside or to the downside. Unusual option activity must be present in the option market as the original hint that a trade is setting up for the supercharged trading system. We do not, I say again, we do not predict when unusual option activity will hit. So we don't know when it's going to hit, but using the 6 proprietary based scanners, which I spend over $250,000 a year on, I analyze and dissect all the signals, and then I give you what I think is the one best trade of the day. And usually you're going to get about 3 a week, so it's not one every day. Usually on Friday, there's not that many signals, but I'm going to give you that one best signal so you can put it on in your account. Like I said, you don't have to be a full-time trader. You don't have to be staring at their charts or staring at the computer. Now with mobile, what you can do, you can pull over to the side of the road. If you're in a business meeting, hey, I'm going to use the restroom real quick. Just go to the hallway, place the phone, and place the trade on your phone. It's so easy and so concrete and simple. Therefore, the Supercharged trading system ignores any news and only focuses on the biggest orders in the option market from the biggest traders. Here's an example. HAIN, some trader somewhere in the world, never know their stock or option position, bought 4,465 August 27 call options at $1.35. So let's break down this order for you. This gives the trader the right and obligation to control 446,500 shares of HAIN on the August 27th strike for $1.35. So the right but not obligation to control stock. Okay. You say to yourself, if somebody is coming in here and putting a $500,000 bet in HAIN, do I want to put a little capital to work? This trade, you can get it for $135. 2 lot, $270. Saying somebody probably knows something. They probably have insider information. The OCC and the SEC doesn't have the manpower to go after everybody. Well, let's see what happens in this signal. Number 2, short-term bottoms or tops. Then we look for well-defined, predictable patterns from a usual option activity from other strikes in other months. You don't have to do any of the work, guys. You're literally just going to get a text message of the signal that you can place in your account. It'll give you proprietary-based profit targets as well. We found that unusual option activity often supercharges the chart for optimal setup to trigger. The charts define the price action that the supercharged trading system. So number 1, huge buyers in the market, calls or puts. Number 2, we combine a little bit of technical analysis, so we have a double confirmation system. Okay, so double confirmation system. So it does not one, we want to confirm it with the chart. The reversal continuation must be present as the second condition for the supercharged trading system. So number 2, a little bit of technical analysis, nothing crazy. Here is pizza, okay, PZZA. So we see pizza, PZZA, big buyers. Okay, is it a pure coincidence that this trader literally bought the all-time low in Papa John's? I don't even want to see where Papa John's is right now. I mean, they're probably crushing it because of COVID. I think they're like $350. 96 bucks. Maybe it's the other one. Domino's is like $300. So they literally bought the all-time low. Okay, I can't even go back so far. Got up to $110. So you can see in PZZA, someone bought calls on the all-time low. Are they just randomly guessing and saying, hey, I'm going to buy calls because it looks cheap? No, they know something probably that we don't know. That's why they bought those call options. Besides lower margin requirement, what might be benefit to placing a spread? Spread's going to cost you less. You don't have to worry about implied volatility, but you're going to have lower risk and lower reward. Buying calls outright, just like buying stock, you have an unlimited profit potential to the upside. When all bullish conditions line up, we look to buy. Simple, easy call options. That's easy. Most trades, $100. The supercharged trading system can also be bearish. Okay, we sent out a couple signals last week to the short side. What? Is it allowed to be short sometimes too? Yes, you can't just always be long. Okay, we sent out a signal, I think, in Rio to the short side, puts. Bearish supercharged trading system forecast when a stock is likely to drop like a rock. For bearish, the supercharged trading system, we first look for unusual option activity, guys. I'm just drilling this in over and over again. You must find activity first, okay? Then we look at the chart. So number one, you must find that huge call or put activity. You say, okay, where can I find this call or put activity? That's the whole point. You don't need to do it, okay? You're letting multi-millionaire trader Andrew Keene hit a signal for you, okay? And like I said, I'm not a registered investment advisor. What you choose to do with that signal is up to you. And I don't take the trade for 24 hours. After 24 hours, I can take any trade I want. That's how I'm profitable this year, trading the same system. So for bearish, we look for unusual option activity. Here's Citigroup. Okay, someone bought put options. This is a simple Ichimoku cloud. You see the break of the cloud to the downside. We combine that with puts, and what happens? Straight down. Simple, easy, concrete. Second, we look for consolidation for overlapping candles. Here we see PZZA. Same thing over and over again. Just pounding this in your head. When all triggers line up, we look for a bullish pattern. So Papa John's starts moving up the day after they buy calls. Pure coincidence? I say the answer is no. With bearish patterns, we look to buy put options. When the supercharged trading signals occur, they seek to forecast a big move in the stock. Okay, we're looking for big moves. That's what makes options explode in value. You know, it's so interesting that, like, you know, when you buy an option, it's not a one-to-one risk reward. You know, most setups, you know, like if you're buying Forex, you're trading futures, you're setting up one-to-one. You're risking 500 to make 500. Okay. Well, in options, it doesn't work like that. In options, you can risk 500 to make 5,000. Okay. But most setups aren't going to give you a potential of 100, 200, 300, 400% windfall. When US Steel had the golden rule, a bearish supercharged trading signal was generated. So we see US Steel, big put buyers. That means someone thinks the market's going to roll over. Those tails on top means the stock could potentially roll over. It rolls over, goes down about $38. The X put option increased 750%. $100 turned into $850. $1,000 turned into $8,500. I'm going to put this just to you. I'll send it privately. There you go, David. David's like, I'm leaving in 5 minutes. I want to buy it. What's the link? When Alcoa, double A, had the golden rule, a bearish supercharged trade signal was confirmed, and UOA was confirmed in Alcoa. Here we see, this is an exact copy and paste from the scanner. Trader, somewhere in the world, buys 15,000. Alcoa, August 24th, 45 call options for 55 cents. So someone buys the right but not application to control 1.5 million shares of Alcoa, August 24th, 45 calls for 55 cents. Literally copy and paste from our scanner. 1.5 million shares. So this is about a $800,000 bet. Okay. This is about an $800,000 bet. People are like, can I have the link? I'm leaving. Sorry. Okay, so this is an $800,000 bet here in Alcoa. Okay. $800,000 bet. So I took this trade with real money. Let's see what happens. This is real money, real account, timestamp, dated, CPA audited. I made $3,600. Okay. $3,600. Oh, actually $3,800. $3,800. This took about 4 hours. In 4 hours, I bought the same calls they did, and we can see they went from 55 cents to 90 cents. 55 cents to 90 cents. Just in a couple hours, guys. That's 80% windfall in a couple hours. Okay. Let's look at another one. Electronic Arts. The same golden rule. This is another example of a trade you potentially have gotten. We knew the stock was going to take off to the upside. You know how long this took me? 9 minutes. In 9 minutes. Okay. So 9 minutes, I made $3,000. 9 minutes, $3,000. Real money, timestamp dated, CPA audited, and EA. The EA, August 24th, 134 call option, increased 200%. $250. If you held it a little bit longer than me, would have turned into $750. $1,000 turned into $3,000. Supercharged trading system essentials. Okay. If big moves in stocks can make big moves making trading options, and if our risk is always limited to what we pay for the option, okay, then it's possible that the supercharged trading system may be the ultimate trading strategy. Possible, right? In fact, this breakthrough could be one of the best ways to trade options we have ever seen. And the best part is that the supercharged trading system is simple to trade, guys. It's easy, it's concrete. You can get in most of the trades for $100. That's it. $100. Little C notes. Went to the bar, it's about $100. You can get in one of my trades. What really convinced us of the power of the supercharged trading system was a series of real-time options trades. So we had something called the office one day, and they said, "Hey, I know AK is a really good trader, but I don't have a big account. I was trading like a $400,000 account at the time." He's like, "Can he do it with a small account?" And I said, "Sure." So I opened up an account. I put $25,000 in the account, and then let's see how much money I made. $11,665 in 6 weeks. Just the same system, trading calls and trading puts. Okay? Just trading calls and trading puts. That's it, guys. $25,000 cash account. I made $11,665 in 6 weeks. A mere $2,000 in each of these trades would have made $24,000 in just 6 weeks. Now, it's important to understand there are going to be losing trades. Okay, not every single trade is going to be a winner. I think the win rate's probably around like 60 But if we're, we are making a potential 200, 300, 400% windfall and only losing 50%, that's fine. Okay. No system wins all the time. It's just not true. It's impossible. Okay. But it's okay to see 50% losers when you're finding huge, large winners like 333% and 550%. Okay. And that's what our system does. Just like when I play poker, I play a lot of poker. When I lose, I want to lose really, really small. Okay, buying once. Say I buy in for 500. If I lose, I want to lose 250. When I win, I want to make $2,000. That's what our system does. Go huge for the winners, and go small on the losers. That's what our strategy is. Limit the losers and go huge for the winning trades. So, a lot of people have already said, how do I get into the supercharged trading system? Okay, this sounds great. It's amazing. You're a great presenter. I've been in the space for 2 decades. It's crazy for me to think that. It's so easy. My father, 69 years old, can trade this. Okay. He has a hearing aid. He doesn't have a phone that works, but he takes some of these trades. He uses a little bit of his own analysis, but he takes some of these trades. Best of all, we will teach you supercharged trading systems like these. CMQ. $31,000 of profit. Gilead at $16,000. Delta $15,000. Halpern $12,000. Hain $11,000. This is the signal in PZZA we showed you a couple times. I made $9,000 on that signal. Okay, this is all real account, real money, timestamp and data. The CNQ September 36 call option increased 400%. $100 turned into $500. $1,000, maybe a little bit of bigger trader, turned into $6,000. The Melco October 23 call option increased 300%. $100 turned into $400. Maybe a little bit bigger trader, $1,000 turned into $4,000. As we can see here in Melco, big call buyers. What happens? Stock goes straight up. The FEY call option not only made me $8,000, was mentioned on CNBC 3 hours later. So a lot of my trades, not all of them, are mentioned on CNBC 3 hours after the fact. 3 hours after the fact. Here's FEYE. You can see my profitability, $7,000. Real money, timestamp and dated. Here's my total P&L, 200, 600, 200, and 7,300. So $8,000 profit. Okay. $8,000 profit, guys. And FEY. Oh, someone's like, I need the link. We're almost there. And then you can see here, Pete Nigerian mentioned them on CNBC after the fact. Okay. So after the fact, Pete Nigerian mentioned them on CNBC. But by that time, they already moved. You know, the great thing was I was on a bus going to the Hamptons. Literally a $27 bus ride called the Jitney. I was watching a trade and I made $8,000 in a $27 bus ride, proving it can be anywhere in the world. Okay? It can be done anywhere in the world. I was on a bus ride, guys. You know where the Hamptons is? That's where all the hedge fund managers go. So we want you to master the supercharged trading system. You'll get my new master course, Supercharged Trading System Exposed. In the supercharged trading system, I'll walk you through the trading system, soup to nuts. This is everything you're going to get. The supercharged trading system made easy to understand. So you're going to get a course with condition examples, unusual option activity, technical analysis, supercharged trading system, pattern examples, call options, put options as well. You're also going to get my option sizing calculator, my non-blowout trading plan, my confidence scale, and a list of the best and worst stocks to trade. So this is a supercharged trading system, guys. We are only taking 25 people available for this. Many times on the webinar, we do sell out of spots. So you got to get in quick. What you're going to get is 1 year access, okay? Not a month, not 2 months, not 3 months, not 6 months, a year access to the supercharged trading signals via text and email. That's a $2,497 value. You're also going to get the course on demand that we just talked about. I've sold over 10,000 educational courses. This is our #1 selling course, guys. It is great. It'll teach you guys why you should take these trades, how to take these trades, everything you need to know about the why. We give you the who, what, when, where, why of this system. VIP group mentoring sessions once a month. We'll go through the portfolio. We'll say, hey, what's making money? What's losing money? Okay. We'll go through every single signal together in a VIP group mentoring session. Personal portfolio tracker. You'll have access to that at all times, so you can see how the trades are going. Total bundle is $4,688. Obviously, we're not going to come on a webinar and charge you $5,000, which I think we should be able to charge you $5,000. We're going to offer it to you guys for 75% off just to the first 25 people. That's it, guys. So here's the link. It's optionsonthefloor.com/super. And if you're one of the first 5 people, 10 people, we'll make it 10 people, 15 people. I will give you 2 bonuses if you're one of the first 10 people to sign up. Bonus number 1, I will give you my personal email, which basically no one gets because I don't like to talk to people. So you're going to get my personal email. Basically, I'll be your coach for the next year for free. So one of the first 10 people, guys, if you sign up, I'll give you my personal email. You can ask me a question whenever you want. If you ask me 30 questions a day, I'm not going to answer. But you'll have me as your personal coach and guide. And that's priceless because I don't really give out my personal email to customers ever. And number 2, we're going to give you a 500% money back guarantee. If the portfolio, which we track at our price levels, based on a $5,000 cash account, does not go up $5,000 in 1 year, I'll give you year 2 for free. Okay? So when you buy the system, you're going to get 1 year of text and emails, $2,497 value. You're going to get the options on demand, $997 value. You're going to get the VIP group mentoring sessions with myself. A lot of people give you their coach or something. Like, oh, I have a really good coach. I taught him the system. I don't play that game. You get me yourself, okay? You get Andrew Keene once a month. Personal portfolio tracker and the total bundle, $4,699, okay? 2 bonuses if you're one of the first 10 people, okay? If you're already a member, will you add this on? Yeah, if you renewed your subscription, we'll give you those 2. Number 1, I'm gonna give you my personal email. Basically, you get me as your personal coach for the next year for free. Okay, I don't offer that to anybody, but I haven't done a webinar in a really long time. So you're gonna get my personal email. Any question you have about options, futures, forex, brokerage firms, I'll give you that. Number 2, the 500% money back guarantee. In 1 year, we will track the portfolio. If it's not up $5,000 in a $5,000 cash account, we'll give you year 2 for free. We cannot pay for losses, pay for commissions. That's not how it works. Okay. So this is the system that we started over. This started on September 5th, 18. Okay. This is the supercharged system, and I had a track here. I had profitability here. So we'll track every single trade. The system started September 5th. Okay, September 5th. In 1 year, we used to have the profitability. It was up $18,000, I think, on a $5,000 cash account. So this is every single signal. You get access to this. The link is optionsonthefloor.com. We got some questions here. Any questions you guys have? I do something called lightning round. Any chart you guys want, fire the charts out. You know, I took it from Kramer, obviously, but any charts you guys want to look at, we're going to look at these together. Options on thefloor.com to get in the system, guys. You'll give me as your personal coach for the next year. And also the 500% money back guarantee. If the system that we track at our price levels does not go up, we'll give you a year or two for free. We will not, can't give you your money back. You can't pay for your losses. And any chart you guys have, fire away right here, right now, or any questions you guys have about trading, and I'm here to answer them for you. Twitter. I'm long Twitter through a structured note, so I think Twitter is okay to the long side. You can play Twitter to the long side with a stop under recent lows. So you can buy Twitter right here. I think it's okay by stop under like 47, but I think there's more upside than there is downside in Twitter. You know, a lot of the charts are going to look the same where we had those reversal patterns. Tesla, I'm actually mad Tesla went up. I want Tesla to go down because I'm putting money into it next week. Tesla, you can play to the long side with a stop under 540. What I think is going to happen in Tesla, I think Tesla's actually going to go lower. It has to go lower to attract more buyers. I just don't think there's enough buyers left. My level to see where Tesla is going to go is right here around the 422 level. So I think Tesla has some room to the downside. I think it gets down to the 422 level, and then it will pop back. But I don't think the selling pressure is over. It just looks weak. Those are lower lows, lower highs. And I think a lot of times people are like, hey, look, it's going to triple bottom here. It's got to take out that low to attract new buyers. Yes. Oh, Yext up 70 cents on Friday. Yext up 70 cents. The June 15s are 40 cents. Yext, the June 15s. Yext, I think the short-term bottom is in. Do you buy Coinbase? I'll go over that one. Do you buy or sell out of money? So we're always buying calls or puts. So we're just buying simple calls or puts, guys. If you want to turn them into a spread, you can. We're just buying calls or buying puts. It's simple and it's easy. Congratulations, new member Michelle. Congratulations, new member Mark. Congratulations, new member Gary. A lot of people taking advantage of this, guys. Make sure you take advantage of it while you can, because we might sell out here. Yext, I think Yext is okay to the long side. We sent out a signal on June 15s for 40 cents. I think it goes higher here. Coinbase. I think Coinbase should move with Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin goes lower, I feel like Coinbase should go lower too. I think if, you know, Tesla just came out and said that they're not taking Bitcoin anymore for cars. So Coinbase, a low of 250. I think it takes out 250. I think it goes down to half of 430, which would be about 215. So I think it goes to about 215 here. Congratulations, new member Scott. Congratulations, new member Kevin. All right, I like to see this. PayPal not available. You go to currency exchange and add money to your debit card. Okay. If you email me, I can see if we can maybe take PayPal. I don't know if the answer to that. I'll give you my email right here, Scott. Okay, Coinbase here, guys. I think Coinbase will go lower first. I think Bitcoin goes lower. I think Coinbase goes lower. I think Tesla goes lower. What other charts you guys want to look at? I'm here for you. My dog is waiting to get picked up, but I'm here to answer all your questions. Let's go in here again and look at the deal. Okay, AQ. AQ. It's not even a stock. I don't see anything with AQ. So this is everything you're going to get, guys, when you sign up. We still have some spots available. Most likely we're going to sell out. Number one, you're going to get Supercharged trading system. 1 year of the program, guys. 1 year of the program. $2,497 value. Unusual option activity course on demand. That's a $997 value. VIP group mentoring session. $997 value. I answer that question once I get through this. Personal portfolio tracker, $197 value. Total value, $4,688. We're offering it to you guys for a one-time payment. You won't be charged again to 2022. You know how far away that is? $997. Breaks down to about $80 a month. And for that, you're going to get about 20 trades a month. Also, 2 bonuses if you're one of the first 10 people. Number 1, I'm going to give you my personal email. So I will be your coach and your guide. You can email me whenever you want. I'm not a millennial, but I almost am a millennial where I'm always on my phone. And number 2, the 500% money back guarantee. We will track this portfolio for 1 year. If the portfolio is not up 5 times what you pay for the program, okay? The portfolio we track, it's not up 5 times what you pay for the program, we'll give it to you the second year for free. Cannot pay for losses, et cetera, et cetera. What we can do is say, we know these trades are going to be good. They're going to be this good. They're going to be 5 times you pay for the system. A couple of questions here. How do you know? Welcome, Richard. Welcome, Sherry. Congratulations. How do you know if large option trades are being bought or sold? I've used some unusual option activity scanners, and find they're usually traded mid-market. So our scanners only show us calls being bought or puts being bought on the offer. If they're mid-market, they don't count. So like all these, this is just one of the scanners. So if you wanted to buy the scanner, it's $500 a month. So that's going to cost you $6 grand for the year just for one of them. And I use 6 of them. So if you wanted to buy all the scanners, it's going to cost you roughly $35,000 a year. It's a lot. So it shows me that they're bought on the offer. Ooh, I like these EXC. Let me look at EXC June 46s. That's a possible signal for next week. Oh, EXC June 46s. I love that signal. EXC June 46s, they bought for 60 cents. So they're up to 75 here. So this is an example of a trade. EXC, this hit one of our scanners. It could have been a potential trade on Friday. EXC June 18th, 2021, 46 calls. SPY and the Qs. SPY and the Qs. So SPY here. I don't know. I just feel like we're gonna have more selling pressure. I thought we were gonna have more selling pressure on Friday though, and I was wrong about that. So I just think there's more selling pressure. So SPY, I just think there's gonna be more selling pressure here. Q. Qs. Square, sure. I don't know. I just don't think the bottom is in. They were saying, Kramer was saying that the face mandate being lifted is the reason the market went up. I don't really know if I buy that. I think the Qs go lower. I think they test down to 294. I think we're going to get more selling pressure before we get buying pressure, but I don't think we have like a full-blown correction. So I think the market is a buy on all the dips. Square. So Square here. I think Square, I don't know. I mean, you can play it to the long side with a stop under recent lows. So Square should move with Bitcoin as well. So Bitcoin's actually down 6% in the last 24 hours. So Square, saying it's going to take Bitcoin and invest in Bitcoin, might be down with it. So I'd be careful with Square. But if you want to take Square to the long side, I think it's okay with the stop like 175. Buy 208, stop at 175. Okay. So anybody have any other charts they want to look at? Any questions? We still have a lot of people in here. So what are you guys waiting for? Get it in the system, guys. RH, Restoration Hardware. RH, Restoration Hardware. Oh. 733. I personally don't like the retail names. I think the retail names are overbought up here. But I think you can take Restoration Hardware to the long side, which support becomes resistance, resistance becomes support. And it looks like we had a resistance here around the 590 level. We're a little bit higher. I'd rather be long than short at Restoration Hardware, even though I personally don't like any of the retail names. Like XRT, I think there's going to be a pullback in the mining names. I think there's going to be a pullback in XRT. I just think that everything is kind of overbought here. We need to find sellers to attract more buyers. So I think the path is actually lower from here, and not by a big percentage. You know, maybe 60-40 we go lower from here, but I do think we go lower. I would have thought that before, but like, you know, what happens on Friday? The S&P is up 66 points, and that's fine because, you know, for the most part I'm always long, but I thought there was like an opportunity to maybe put on some short positions. We sent out a signal in Rio, and actually Rio was down on Friday. We sent these out at 170. We hit profit target number 1 at 240. So these went up 50% profit. That's to the short side. The discount is the price that we had here was 75% off. The link is optionsonthefloor.com. And make sure you're one of those first 10 people, guys, because if you're the first 10 people, we're going to give you that guarantee, and I'm going to be your personal coach and guide for the next year. All right, so any questions you guys have at futures, Forex, anything like that? So the Supercharged trading system, you get 1 year of the program, $2,497 value. Do you buy options if the buy indicator falls under the cloud? Actually, I will. You know, the cloud is my main focus, but I will take trades that, you know, are under the cloud. So Supercharged trading system, you're going to get 1 year access. That is on text and email. $2,497 value. You're going to get an unusual option activity master course on demand. That's a $997 value. VIP personal portfolio tracker, $197 value. $4,688 value. Total price, offering it for $997. We're going to throw 2 bonuses in today as well. Bonus number 1 will be my personal email. So you'll get me as your personal coach and guide. I don't think I've ever offered this before. For the next year, you can ask me any questions you want. And number 2, the 5X guarantee. I just got a confirmation. We have 3 spots left, and we're closing it down, guys. So we have 3 spots left. I'm going to go through these charts. We have 3 spots left, and we're closing it down. Options on the floor. So if you're thinking about joining, you better be the next 3 people. .com/super, and let's go look at a couple more charts, and we're going to call it a day. So first one is BOX. BOX. We actually saw calls being bought in BOX up 70 cents. I think BOX goes lower here. Big tail on the top here. I don't think it breaks 26.47 ever. ACAD. A healthcare company. Healthcare companies are always hard, but ACAD. I would rather be long than short ACAD. Fisker. Fisker had news that they're like had to deal with Foxconn, and the stock was up to 12, and then went straight down. I mean, this is a terrible. I mean, any of these EV names are just terrible right now. I mean, one day they'll get hot again, but right now Fisker is just going to go lower. ETHE. Oh, Ethereum. I think Ethereum goes lower. I think all the cryptos go lower. So I think all these cryptos go lower as well. All right, guys, here's the last chance. I just was informed that we have 3 spots left, and then we're shutting it down. Here is the link. I'm going to put in one more time. Forever hold your peace. Got a little extra bonus time with AK today. Optionsonthefloor.com/super. Any last minute questions? I'm going to give you guys about a minute here, then we're going to call it a day.